Hi guys, welcome back to our vegan kitchen. I've got another product from Cosori for you today, and this is my favorite by far.
You've really been talking this up.
I really have. Everybody who I've talked to, I've said, this is it. This is the one kitchen equipment piece that you need in your life. It's just so amazing. And it's not like it does anything special. What it does well. So let's begin. Cosori was nice enough to send me this multi-cooker to check out and let them know what I thought of it. I'm not sponsored in any way other than they sent me a piece of equipment and I checked it out. I used it every single day for the last like 3 weeks. It's been amazing. I've made so many different things in here. So again, Cosori, beautiful, beautiful packaging.
Yeah, look at that.
Love it. Absolutely love it. But you know what? The packaging doesn't matter. What's inside is what matters, and this is what's inside, which is right over here, which is living on top of my stove now because I would rather use this than my oven or stove. So like, whoa. I don't even care about this stove right now. I can't even remember the last time I used the flame.
It's been a while.
I've got my Cosori pressure cooker and I've got my multi-cooker.
You're a real Cosori kid.
It's amazing. You can do so many things in here. You could see on the dial here, this is all of the things that it does. You've got your manual, so you could set any temperature you want. You can do rice in here. You can do yogurt. You can boil water for pasta or anything. You can brown whatever needs to be browned. We're vegan, so there's obviously no meat getting browned in here. Simmer, saute, steam veggies. You've got 3 different temperatures for a slow cooker. Usually slow cookers only have low and high. They put a medium in there. How nice of them, right? You can also bake a cake or cook a roast. That is incredible. It's basically everything that a pressure cooker is without the pressure cooker part. So, you've got this beautiful glass lid that is sealed with a rubber gasket, which is really nice because let me tell you, it is summer right now as we're making this video, and this is so well insulated around here. It looks, doesn't it look like a fancy diner?
Yeah, it does.
Right? I love the styling of this. It is so good. This insulates the pot inside and it holds the heat in here so well that I don't have to worry about cooking pasta or a casserole or sauces or anything like that, or steaming things, because it does not heat up the kitchen at all. It is so well insulated, and this is perfect for taking to someone's house, like say it's the holiday time, or you go to your mom's house every week and bring food. It's so easy just to pick this up with all the food in it. It stays hot till you get there. If you need to plug it in and put it on low while you're there for serving, it works beautifully. I can't think of anything that this doesn't do. It's crazy. I just love it. The only thing I would think that it couldn't do maybe is like be a deep fryer, but we don't do that.
You don't want that.
You don't want that. It's not good for you. So also this pot on the inside is super non-stick. And while the pressure cooker does also boil water for like spaghetti and stuff like that, it's got nowhere to pick it up. Unless you have like heavy duty pot holders on to like drain out your pasta. This is nice. It's got 2 handles on it that are very well insulated. So you're not going to burn yourself when you're doing that. So that is a big plus. Makes it very usable. So today I'm going to be making throw together moussaka. Most people who make moussaka do not make it in the summertime because you've got to heat up the kitchen to do it. It's supposed to be done in the oven, but I'm going to be doing mine in here. It's going to be a quick throw together, slightly deconstructed version of it, but it's going to be just as tasty. So I'm starting off by boiling my water, and it is so humid today, but I'm definitely not feeling it right here next to the multi-cooker because it is so well insulated. So I put it on boil, and with that I can set the temperature and the time. So I'm going to be cooking my pasta for 10 minutes when this comes up to boil. This is showing me that it's bringing it up to the boil. So once this beeps, I'll be able to put my pasta in, and then we'll start to count down from the 10-minute mark so that I know exactly when to take my pasta out. And you can adjust that completely. You can adjust the temperature of the boil, and you can adjust the cooking time as well. So once you get everything set, all you have to do is press start, and it does the rest for you. It lets you know exactly when you need to do something. So I'm going to let the... Oh wow, it's time to put the pasta in. That was not even planned. So I'm just going to put my pound of pasta in. I'm using cavatappi today. Not exactly the right pasta for moussaka, but you know what? We're cash. So I'm just going to, see, it's boiling. Going to pop it in here. And I'm going to give it a stir so that it all gets under the water. And I'm just going to let this do its thing for 10 minutes, and then we will be ready to drain that and go for the next step. Alright guys, I've drained off my pasta over here, and now I'm going to do a little shortcut. So I'm going to saute, start. As soon as that comes up to temperature, I've got a little bit of avocado oil in there. I've got my potatoes diced up, about 3 to 4 potatoes, russet potatoes. I'm going to brown those off a little bit so that they get a little pre-cooked so that they're not too hard. This sauce is super simple. You just use a jar of your favorite pasta sauce. We're doing this all vegan, so I've used my Paisana marinara. I've also put in 1 package of the Beyond Meat beef crumbles. Now the way that I cheat with this to make it taste Greek is I put in half a teaspoon of cinnamon and about a tablespoon of coconut sugar, the brown one, and it makes it taste amazing, just like the restaurants. That must be their secret ingredient. So I'm just gonna mix this up and let it sit before I mix it with the already cooked pasta. These have been sauteing for about 15 minutes. I just added about 1/3 of a cup of vegan butter. And as soon as that melts, I'm going to sprinkle my flour on. I'm going to go with 1/3 of a cup of flour. This is going to make it thick. I'm going to make a bechamel sauce, but we're cheating because we're leaving out a step. So we're just going to brown this off a little bit because we don't want the flour to taste too pasty. That's been cooking for about 5 minutes. We're going to put in our salt to taste. I put like half a teaspoon. I'm going to put some pepper in. I like a lot of pepper. We're also going to put in some nutritional yeast. This is about 1/3 of a cup. And then we're going to add our non-dairy milk, which I didn't take the thing off. I don't like to measure this part. I like to just go by eye.
What a surprise.
Right? So we're just going to make sure everything's covered, pretty much. It's probably like 4 cups. I'm going to say like 4 cups. Alright, I just gave that a good stir, and I put in about 3 slices of Daiya Provolone. There you can see it. I'm going to give it another stir and wait till it comes almost up to the boil. And then I'm going to put the eggplant layer on top of this. So you can see this is just starting to boil. So I'm going to turn my dial to slow cook on high, and we're going to only do 1 hour. So I'm going to adjust the temperature right here. Whoops, 1 hour. And then we're going to start. Okay, it's already up to the 204, so it's immediately going to start to cook. So I'm going to put my eggplant layer on. I've got some frozen eggplant. This is the only one, the Dominex, that I know of that's vegan. It's just got some breading on it. I'm going to put 1 thin layer on top of that. You can see I've just got basically one layer, but it's overlapping each piece slightly to make like a rooftop shingle situation. And now I'm going to put the pasta with the meat sauce on top of that. Alright, it was tough, but I got it all on there. Mostly tough because I wanted to eat it, but I'm going to put the lid on top, make sure it's on good. And then I'm going to come back in 57 minutes and turn it off. Well, actually it'll turn off by itself, and it stays warm in there a long time. I'm actually going to somebody's house to eat it. So when it turns off, I'm just going to leave it, and then when I'm ready to go, I'm going to pick it up and bring it with me, and it should be hot enough to eat by the time we get there. So when we got to our destination, I actually put it on high again, slow cooker, just to bring it up to temperature to make sure that it was hot enough for serving. And it didn't take long at all. It only took a couple of minutes before it came up to temperature and it was bubbling away in there. And here is Mark serving it. It was nice and hot. Everything was cooked perfectly. The potatoes were tender. And everybody really enjoyed it. He really needed to dig in there, though, to get to the gravy part at the bottom. But once he cracked the bottom part and got it on the plate, it was perfect. Alright, so that was the moussaka in the Cosori cooker, the multi-cooker.
It was so good. I had to have more when we got home.
Everybody had more when we got home. And it was still warm. That's
yeah,
crazy, right?
That was crazy.
Still good. So I neglected to say you get a nice little recipe book in the box. You also get a steamer rack, or a rack in the book. You can put your cake in there.
You mean in the box?
Yeah. The steamer rack, or the rack, is for steaming veggies or a cake or whatever you steam and you don't want to touch the bottom. So that's very convenient that they include that as well. The recipe book has some decent recipes in here. It's pretty good. So I will leave a link to the cooker on Amazon in the info box below, and I hope you check it out. It's really perfect. Let me know if you are interested, if you have any more questions, and until next time, much love.